What's going on, people? It is Irish Gunner HD here. You can call me Irish. And once again, I'm back with DCRU Colin. DCRU Colin, if you know, he used to be a former Battlefield video maker on YouTube, and now he has primarily transformed his focus from gaming and Battlefield and stuff like that to music and guitar playing and stuff like that. And he is very good at that as well. He's better at guitar playing than he probably was as a Battlefield player. Colin, am I on target with that?
Well, I don't know. I had a pretty good KD in Battlefield, so
that's very true. If they could measure your finger picking skills, your finger picking KD, as it were, is probably somewhere in and around your Battlefield KD.
Well, here's what happened. So I played a lot of video games in the years following. Well, it all kind of started when my wife first got pregnant with our first daughter, and I wasn't going to leave the house anytime, just in case anything happened. I was like super protective and hovering around the house.
Being the man of the house, basically.
Yeah, being the man, but not like sort of in this misogynistic way. I'm like, is everything okay? Is everything? Honey, can I get you, more ice cream and dill pickles? Or,
oh, what? Is that a combination?
You've never gotten a woman pregnant, have you?
No.
Well, good on you.
Not yet, at least. But ice cream and dill pickles? Sure,
like just these weird combinations. But I always wanted to be around.
Of course.
And so I started playing. I think it was like Call of Duty World at War at the time. It was like 2008, and my gaming escalated. And when Bad Company 2 came out, I started posting videos. And when she was pregnant with our second daughter, like the first one's going to bed at like 7 p.m. My wife's going to bed at 7:15 p.m. So I had like lots of free time. So I played a lot of video games and made a lot of videos. So fast forward till like last year, and I was good at Battlefield 3. My win-loss ratio was over 2. My KD ratio was over 2. Like statistically good player. I knew how, what weapons to pick for what situation. I'd follow
M16A3.
Yeah, I actually always preferred the M416 for the sound of it.
Yeah, it actually has got a really nice beefy sound out of it, actually.
I'm like Battlefield 3 hipster. I was using that. Cool, but like back in Bad Company 2, one of my favorite weapon was the XM8 prototype, just because of the sound.
Yeah.
It just sounded like,
Completely agree. Awesome weapon.
Oh, awesome.
It also helped that it was one of the best in the game, but
it was really good and it had great iron sights and stuff. But anyway, we digress. So, like my goal is never to be the best at the video game, but I really enjoyed playing the game, and I got hooked up with some of the guys at the time. Were up and coming YouTubers like Level Cap, who is now 6 times bigger than me.
Am I wrong in saying like he's either past 200,000 or he's really close?
No. I think he's well over 2,000.
I haven't checked in a while, but like I remember him doing his like 1,000 subscriber video or like vlog thing. So like this is.
No, I think he's like 230, 250, something like. He's done really well.
Shit doesn't change, Colin.
Well, it has, and but it's
come a long way. It's come.
A lot of the guys that really love Bad Company 2 didn't gravitate. Well, at the time, Bad Company 2, a lot of the big commentators were still console players, right?
Yeah. Correct.
And in Battlefield 3, most of the big guys are PC players.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are showing disdain for this whole Level Cap, blah blah blah. Yeah. Level Cap is a fucking really nice guy.
Of course. I don't understand.
I've never seen him make any maneuver that I've felt was a douchebag thing to do. He's just a nice guy.
Yeah.
And he's worked really hard. Matimio's the same way.
Yeah.
And, Rival X Factor as well. People don't like Rival X Factor. He's cocky. Well, guess what?
He has a reason to be.
He's really fucking good.
Yeah.
And he's confident. If you've ever been in a lobby with him for a full game, you probably didn't top him on the scoreboard.
I heard it.
But when you take him out of the public eye, and you deal with him personally.
You speak to Brandon, like you speak to the actual man.
He's a nice guy,
yeah.
and he's giving of his time. He's a helpful guy. He's a nice guy, and these guys have worked really, really hard, and they've been successful, and that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm happy about that. So, some people bitch about them. Like, I've even seen some Pwn Star videos lately that have just made me, and I like him too. I like Dustin, but it's almost like he's firing some sour grapes at those guys.
I can't say, like full disclosure for my subscribers, I don't hide anything from my subscribers. I'll put out there to say that I've never liked Pwn Star. He's a COD guy that came over to just decided he wants to play Battlefield. That's my personal opinion on him. He's done it well, fair enough. He transitioned well, and he's not been a major dickhead, but his style of commentary and like his way that he works the YouTube system, I've just not been a fan of. Like, that's my personal opinion. Obviously, everyone's different. Like, people like him for what he does and all that, and that's like fair play. My personal opinion has always been that I don't really like the way he goes about things. But obviously, as you say, everyone's different. There's no problem with working the system.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But if you get to know him, then he's a nice guy, and he's doing his best. YouTube is his job, and he's got a wife and a young child, and he got married young, and they're having kids young, and he's doing his best to try and bring home the bacon for his family. And that's fine. I don't care. I would go full, if I didn't have a full-time job that was a very good job that, set my family up very comfortably. If I was on YouTube and I knew that I could be controversial or be some kind of a douchebag or, not be myself.
Yeah.
And benefit my family and my children, I would do that. I would. I don't have to, so I don't.
Yeah,
but if I was in that situation, I would. And I've talked to him personally a lot, and he's a nice guy. He's a young guy, and he's just finding his way, and he's young with a wife and kid, and he's not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah.
But he is himself.
Yeah, he puts himself out there. Like, he doesn't hide anything. He puts out his personality. If you like him, you like him. If you don't, you don't. Exactly.
So, that's fine. There's no reason to hate on anyone in the community.
Yeah.
You're a viewer. You're a viewer of content. If you like it, watch it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. There's no need to, shit all over people that are some way that you don't like. The reality is that all kinds of people play Battlefield. The fact that he came from Call of Duty, I think that's okay. I personally don't think that he plays in a style that
is befitting to the Battlefield team.
Well, no. I mean, he plays well and he tries to help his team, but I don't think he plays in a way that's easily emulated by the average Joe. He's obviously got good reflexes. He can put himself in a shitstorm and get himself out of it,
and
that's fine. He doesn't necessarily play the smartest game, but he's good at it. You know what I mean? He's good at what he does.
Yeah.
Guys like Level Cap and X Factor, I do believe, teach you a game style that well, it's slower, it's more calculated,
more methodical kind of thing.
It's more methodical, and it's something that you can adapt to regardless of your skill level. You can't play like Pwn Star if you're not a good shot.
Yeah.
You can't go sprinting and jumping, flying into a room with 6 guys and take them down.
Yeah.
You can't do that unless you have some fantastic natural ability to, move your mouse or controller.
Ridiculous aim, like.
You have to have great aim, right?
Yeah.
And the other guys, I think, teach a style that is more appealing to the average person.
Mm.
And there's room for everyone. Everyone can make the videos. They can get along or not get along. Honestly, at this point, I don't give a shit. Because, the last time I played Battlefield was on Jinto's charity stream. And my computer crashed so much I wound up playing more music than I actually played Battlefield. So
I remember that.
But that's fitting because that's where my channel's gone.
So before we get into that, I'm just gonna say you touched on the old Bad Company 2 guys. Don't blink us back. Raise your arms to the battlefield gods above. Don't Blink has returned. He's returned from the wilderness. He's doing his thing again to a certain extent. This is awesome for me. I love Don't Blink. He's the most well-spoken, polite guy. Not even ever speaking to him in person. Like, I've never actually talked to the guy. Just only ever watching his videos. He just sounds like the most enjoyable person to spend your time with that I could ever imagine.
And I've met Don't Blink in person. So of the DCRU guys, I've met Don't Blink and Stoneface Lock in person.
Yeah.
And they're both great guys. And Don't Blink he's a great guy.
He really comes across as it. Like, there's never
I
ever
got
been
nothing
like
else to say. Like, the guy he's a great guy.
Yeah, there's never been a video where I've like, why did you say this? Or why did, like, every video he does.
And you know what? As much as mouthy and controversial as Sean, Stoneface Lock, can sometimes be, he's a fucking great guy too. Salt of the earth guy. But
they always are. Like, the people that are the most mouthy and like are the most opinionated, they're usually the most real. Like, they're the most, like, just like if you were to speak to them face to face, they will either tell you that they like you and you'll get along like a house on fire, or they'll tell you that you don't like it and you won't get along. Like,
I've met both of those guys once in person, and they're my friends. And if they ever needed anything, I'd do whatever I could to help them out. Like, absolutely.
Have you caught Link's videos? No.
What's that?
Have you caught Link's new videos? No.
Fucking of course I have.
Oh, I love that. And I realized, like, again, he's obviously strapped for time or something like that. He hasn't got time to put in the way he used to. So they're like always just.
Well, no,
quick.
He's gone back in his sort of mid-20s and he's trying to get his degree.
Yeah.
He's busy. He's focused on his studies. So
that's where I was going. Like, he doesn't.
He posts a video, I watch it. Like, any of the DCRU guys post like a video. Well, we all talk in Skype.
I'm just happy. I'm just personally happy to hear his voice again. Like, this is where I'm coming from. I don't care how long the video is, what the subject is about, what I'm watching. I don't care about that. I'm just happy to hear Blink's voice again, because it's been like in and around a year. So like,
it was like 9-10 months or something. Yeah,
somewhere close to a year. Yeah, since we've heard his voice at all on YouTube. Like, I've been like missing his take on things, like, and to see him finally come back and have his shit sorted out to the point where he could set aside like a time to upload a video, that was amazing to me. That was like, it was so good to hear his voice again.
Yeah, good guy.
Really, really good guy. But I just wanted to, that was the last thing video game related. But again, like, when I finally do upload this, the title's going to be DCRU Colin and his channel change. So we should get into that straight away, or hardly straight away at this stage, but we should get into that now. Like, your change from becoming a gaming channel into a music channel. How do you think that's gone?
No, it's gone how it's gone. You know, I went from playing Battlefield to doing a couple of vlogs with a guitar in my lap to, you know, posting some cover songs, and I'm actually writing original material. But man, I'm bad with lyrics, so it's hard for me. Like, I've got songs written with no lyrics to them.
Yeah.
Battlefield Trolls would be a good example. Like, I wrote that entire guitar piece, and I just love that song. And I was like, I have no real-life, meaningful lyrics to put to this, so I'm going to put a fucking gaming parody troll video to it. It's what I did with the best piece I ever wrote. Like, I'm just not good with lyrics.
Yeah. But like, look how that turned out. That turned out to be, yes, it was less successful on YouTube than Arica Harbor, but to me, that's still, like, the best, one of the best just pieces of music that I've heard from, just, like, not to be bad, but like from a random, or like, it's just one of the best random piece of music that I've stumbled across. It's just so good. Like, even though the lyrics weren't like crazy insightful around that, they worked well with the music. Your guitar, your composition was fucking amazing. Like, everything about it worked so well. So it was kind of, even though it was air quotes thrown together, where it was your piece of music that you came up with and like there was lyrics put over it, it worked very, very, very well.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I think I'm gonna put real life lyrics to that. Well, I'm working on it right now.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna keep it fun, because I like that piece. I really like it, but I think that that's a fun piece of music. That's not meant to be I love you, and I'm going to walk to the end of time for you.
Yeah.
Throw myself off a bridge for you. You know, I'm going to make something fun out of that.
Yeah.
I'm not a country fan whatsoever. Fucking ever. Because a lot of country is like carbon copy, a lot of pop right now is carbon copy music. But there was a song a few years back by Brad Paisley, and he's a country artist that makes... He's another one of those guys. He's like an Ed Sheeran or a John Mayer, where you hear the studio album, you're like, bleh, I just want to gag myself and gouge my eyes out and blah, blah, blah. But you see them do something live, and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, you're taken aback. Like, that is fucking talent. Brad Paisley is among those guys. He's one of the best guitar players in the world. Like, he's solid. So, but he makes some of this carbon copy country crap. I like to call it.
That is a bit of a tongue twister, actually,
right?
now that you stumbled
It's
upon
like
it.
it's like the magical 4 C's of music: carbon copy country crap.
Yeah.
But he had this song a few years ago called Little Moments, where he just talks about stupid shit that happens between him and his wife. And I think I'm going to go somewhere along that vein with the guitar piece that I wrote for Trolls, a love song, and just poke fun at my relationship with my wife and, just have some fun with it.
I highly look forward to that. That sounds it sounds kind of silly and goofy, but at the same time, I'm imagining like these kind of lyrics set to Trolls, and I'm like, there's no way that cannot be good. Like,
it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. But I mean, I've done a bunch of covers, and so far, people have been really cool. My entire YouTube career, unless I've gotten shout-outs from weird sort of channels, by and large, my channel's always been cool, and the people that have supported me have been fantastic. I'll get the occasional respectful comment, like, man, I like you, and I just want to leave this one last comment because, I've enjoyed your videos, but I'm not into the music thing, so I'm gonna step off now.
Yeah.
And it's never mean. Like, it's never, well, some shithead left a couple of mean comments like 2 videos ago, but generally speaking, if you're doing YouTube, focus on like the 90+%. Don't focus on the negative. And most people have been very positive. Like, the people that have left the channel have been very positive. I'm like, I'm not doing gaming anymore. It's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm playing my guitar, and I'll play songs for you. I'll do some hopefully informative.
Would you consider
videos.
here's an interesting thought actually that I just thought of. Would you consider doing music like gaming themes, like as a way of just kind of not retaining people, but like if you were to do like, say, I don't know, like off the top of my head, like the Portal. Do you ever hear the Portal theme song, Still Alive?
Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah.
Like if you were to do like your own kind of cover of that, it's still you doing your music thing, but it's gaming related. Do you know what kind of way? Like there's actually like there's channels built around gaming music. Like it's not gaming, but it's not music. It's a mixture of both. Like, would you ever think about incorporating that in a way?
Not really.
If it was to fit you, like if it was the kind of song that you enjoyed and stuff, like obviously.
Well, yes. I mean, if it was the kind of song that fit me, but the reality is that people build channels around themes that they want to try and grow the channel on, and video game music, some of it is great, but that's not going to be my channel. So I'm not going to kind of do that to retain people. I'm sort of a jazz blues rock fan. I like music that most gamers haven't heard before. And, I might do my take on the occasional gaming thing, but I do want my channel to morph. I mean, if 20,000 people have to leave and 2 or 3 new ones come in, that's cool. As long as the people that are sticking around are enjoying the channel. If it's a good song that I identify with, that happens to be associated with the game, then yeah, I'll do it. But Otherwise, nah. I'm not gonna.
It's not like you're going to be like, oh, the popular game is this and the theme song is this. Okay, I'm going to upload a video as soon as the game is out. Like, you're not going to do that.
No,
Obviously.
absolutely not. Nope.
And I wouldn't expect you to, by the way. That came across as me being like, insinuating that you would do that. I know you wouldn't do that. I was just saying.
No. I did, like, an acoustic cover of the Battlefield theme at one point with, like...
Which was epic. Oh my god, I remember that. That was awesome.
A couple of layers of guitar on it, but I like that tune.
It is a really good tune. It's very simple, actually, when you think
it
when you
is,
listen to
actually, it is. Yeah.
It's really simple, but like when you add on like the melodies over it and like the different things that you can add to that melody, it's actually it's a fucking that's a really amazing piece of music.
And I think that I did a good job with that. So
you really did, yeah.
And I liked it, so that's why I did it. Yeah. Musically, I'm not gonna like cover stuff to see. Video gaming has a strategy to be successful on YouTube.
Yep.
And music also has a strategy to be successful on YouTube.
Yeah.
And sort of the strategy for musicians is to cover really popular stuff.
Yeah. If you can kind of piggyback on the latest, if you can piggyback on the most recent songs.
Exactly. You either post your own cover of it and be a beautiful, 103-pound girl.
Yeah.
Or do a how to play it on the top 40, and you build your channel that way. And then you can sort of release your own original music.
Afterwards, yeah. Once you've already built it, that kind of...
Like, you build it up. Like, Voice Avenue is... they're a great band.
Yeah.
I like what they do. But that's their strategy, right? Like, we're going to have a cover song of the entire top 40 all the time. And our channel is going to grow huge, and they cover the songs exceptionally well.
Yeah.
Like, let's put that out there. Like,
we're not saying that they just do it, but they're shit.
No, it's not some
they
dude
do it very, very well.
It's not some dude in his basement with, shitty video and looking at myself here. Yeah.
But, you actually are literally in a basement.
I am. I'm in my basement. That's what I do. But
by no means you have any shitty video or audio. You've got
I have
advanced setup at this stage.
I have shitty video. I have no good video setup. I have good audio, good video.
It does the job.
Yeah, it gets it done. But anyway, like there's different strategies for different genres on YouTube. And certain things work for certain folks.
Okay, so since you sprung this on me, anyone that's like still watching this stage, this wasn't planned. Like, me and Colin had ideas to do this, but he basically sprung it on me earlier on. It was just like, okay, hit record. And I'm like...
Oh, no, fuck. We had a chat.
I've no questions recorded, like, noted down. So I suppose the next thing that I could think of is, like, what's your plans for, like, your musical instruments? Like, your guitars that you've got right now, like, what's the deal with them? Have you plan on getting rid of any, include any? Or you plan on learning different instruments? Like...
I'm good with the instruments I know. I know how to play piano, guitar, saxophone.
You don't play saxophone?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, you need to rock it up.
Got a saxophone buried here in my... somewhere. I've got, electric guitar-wise, I think I'm set.
You returned that one that you rented, didn't you? The one that you had, but didn't you have like Les Paul rented out?
I had a Les Paul Studio rented out, so I now own a 2012 Les Paul Studio, which is a beautiful guitar in a vintage Sunburst, and it has humbucker functionality to run humbucker pickups or also single coil pickups.
Yeah.
So it's got a lot of versatility, and then an actual YouTube subscriber, friend of mine, sold me a 1998.
Colin, go on.
No, not going to mention him by name. Nope. Nope. He doesn't want to.
Oh, really?
He sold me a 1998 Les Paul Standard for an amazing deal. Sweet. So I've got two Les Pauls. I'm a Les Paul guy. I like the scale length. I like the feel. I like that chunky sound. I love Fender Strats, but just playing them isn't right for me.
Yeah.
So I have two unbelievably good electric guitars. They're fucking awesome.
I don't question it. In 98, Les Paul, and in 2000, like, it kind of air quotes vintage, because obviously it's not vintage Les Paul, because it's not like from the early days.
No, it's not a 59.
Yeah, like it's not like an old school Les Paul,
the
but it's...
59 Les Paul is worth 2 or 3 of my houses. So
yeah, so it's not at that stage, but like you've got a
creepy.
relatively vintage. I don't know what the other word to say other than old, but old implies bad. Like you've got a relatively decent older guitar, and you've got like a very, very modern Les Paul. You've got the best of both situations.
Yeah, I've got 2 amazing Les Pauls, and I'm very happy and grateful for both of them. Now, moving on to my acoustic guitars, I have a Martin DM, which was, for me, when I bought the guitar, I didn't know much about guitars, which in retrospect was a really good thing. Yeah. I went into a shop. I was, so I'm married now and I have 2 kids. Before I was married, I was engaged, and we actually got within 1 month.
That's usually how marriage happens.
No. I was never engaged, really properly engaged to my wife. We discussed getting married on a shopping trip for Christmas or something like that. Like, fuck. We won't have kids. We should probably get married. And we're like in the car, like listening
That's how DCRU Colin do.
And she's like, yeah, okay. And she didn't really want to get married to anyone before she met me. And, obviously I turned her around, and we discussed our marriage. We were never, quote unquote, engaged. We weren't on Facebook like, oh my God, I'm engaged. Look at the ring. Like, she never got an engagement ring. I bought her a wedding ring that she doesn't wear, and I don't give a shit. And, so we weren't traditional about that.
I couldn't help but seize on the joke of, before I got married, I was engaged. I was like, well, Colin, that's usually how it works.
Yeah, see, in my mind, that is totally a linear process, and it makes sense. Like, before I got married to this woman that I'm currently married to, I was engaged to marry another woman. Does
Colin
that make more sense
Colin
now?
just has females dripping all over him. He can't help the feeling that he gives the females, but okay.
Yes, my big voice makes up.
It's the voice and the bald head, like
my
it's
small
just
penis. Yes,
the small penis, of course. That's irresistible.
I mean, it's like, that's not going to hurt. I can do anything with that. Like,
I feel like I'm gonna have to send you a copy of this conversation tomorrow when you're not in this frame of mind.
No, I'm
cleared for uploading.
I'm buzzed, but I'm gonna remember all of this. It's all
I
good.
hope so, because I don't want to upload it and then you listen to it back and be like, oh, for the love of Christ, why did I?
Have you ever seen Blink uploading the video of DCRU Colin is sexy?
Oh, that was amazing. Oh, yeah. the pictures and the gifs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was a good day.
It vanished. Did a fantastic job of that. Like, anyway, no.
So you clearly just have no shame at all.
No, I have shame. Like, even when I'm really drunk, yeah. I know how much to reveal. I know how self-deprecating I can be, make it be funny, and not too embarrassing. So
I'm just getting flashbacks of those pictures.
Oh, that was
good times, man. Oh,
I got vanished back though. I tweeted at him a picture and I said, "Here, vanished." And what I did was I took a camera and focused in on the fold of my lower leg and my upper leg, where my calf meets my thigh. That crack right there, just all hairy. And I was zoomed in on that. I was like, "I'm mooning you, vanished. You something. Here's my ass." Then I zoomed in and I said, "Nah, it's just my leg." And
I completely forgot about that, man. I remember that when that first went up. I was in stitches. I was like, "Oh my God, Colin, like, what are you doing?" The big licky face. Oh my God. Okay, let's get back onto music before we get any further off topic, because this is just silliness now at this stage. So you're saying that pretty much you're happy with your instruments. You're pretty much good with your electric and your acoustics. And
no, I have one more acoustic. So
the other one. Sorry.
Yeah,
the
dropped
Taylor.
Off. Well, I had a Taylor. I had a really nice Taylor, and I sold it because I liked it, but I didn't love it. I have an old Martin DM, which is a Martin guitar, and it sounds like a Martin, and it plays like a Martin, and it's a great guitar. But it's actually fairly inexpensive. It doesn't have solid wood back and sides. It's made out of high-pressure laminate.
Yeah.
Which you wouldn't really know the difference until you're me and you play a couple of gigs with it with your favorite hoodie on. And your favorite hoodie has the zipper sheared off it, so there's like a sharp edge. And it gouges the fuck out of the back of your guitar. Okay. And then you realize it's not real wood. Now, I mean, that would have happened.
That's a very specific user
different
case. That was a very specific thing.
Right, but the sound is less refined.
Yeah.
It's a little rougher around the edges, but my style of playing is rough around the edges. I like my guitar to be sort of a workman's guitar, rough around the edges, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm my acoustic, I only have one right now. Well, I have two acoustics, but one is my grandmother's old acoustic that I don't play. It's
like an ornament kind of thing.
It's actually not really a very good guitar, but it's pretty. It sounds like shit, so we don't play it, but
sentimental value, more than
sentimental value, right? So, when it comes to guitars I play, I'm waiting on a Little Martin, and if that's not to my liking, then I'm actually probably going to buy a Larive parlor guitar. But I want two good acoustics and two good electrics.
And what is it about Martin? Are they like a specific company that are close to your heart, or are they Canadian, or is there a specific reason, or do they just sound good?
Martin's actually an American company, and they were probably the first company to make what you would recognize as sort of the normal dreadnought style acoustic guitar. Like, they've been around since 1833, I think, when you look at my fucking headstock. Martin and Company established 1833. So, I mean, they've been around for forever. They make great guitars. Their guitars are known for their responsive low end and dynamic response. When I bought that Taylor, I also tested out a Larive. And the Larive,
I'm thinking
that's Canadian.
Canadian, yeah. I knew there was a Canadian guitar. I remember seeing on Twitter that you were saying a good Canadian guitar. I'm checking it out. I just couldn't remember the actual brand.
At the time, I was looking for an acoustic electric.
Yeah.
And the electronic system that comes stock on a Taylor is way better than the system that comes in a Larive.
Well,
now, when it
if
comes
they've
to
been around since the 1800s, I would hope so.
No. That's Taylor. Taylor's only been around for like 50 years, right? Larive, not much longer than Taylor or less than Taylor. Martin has been around for a couple hundred years. They're off the table. I was actually baking off Taylor and Larive, both of which are about like 50-year-old companies ish.
I was referring to Martin. I thought you were saying Martin was that was my misunderstanding. Go on.
No worries. And when I tested the guitars out, I came home with them both. The Larive was a better acoustic guitar, and the Taylor was a better acoustic electric guitar.
Yeah.
The sound out of the electronics, but I fucked up. I should have bought the best acoustic guitar, and then put better electronics than come on at stock in the guitar. A friend of mine actually recommended that, and I had this Martin that I've always been playing that had no electronics in it that I absolutely loved. Yeah. He's like, man, you paid nothing for that Martin, and it's a fucking diamond in the rough. It's an amazing guitar. Why don't you just put electronics in that and don't even buy a new guitar? I'm like, no, I'm gonna buy a new guitar. We got money. I gotta do something stupid with it. So I bought a new guitar. And I sold it, and now I'm back down to one acoustic, but I'm waiting on a Little Martin, because I do want two acoustics. And that's actually the guitar that Ed Sheeran plays. So I've got one supposed to show up next week. And if I like that, then I'll stick with it. And if I don't like it, they're in high demand, I'll sell it and go on
that eBay, be like Ed Sheeran guitar on eBay.
Yeah.
Not used. $2,000. Like, just put
Yeah,
a
it's
stupid
like-
price on it because it's linked to Ed Sheeran. You could probably get it.
I also want to review it because it's a guitar that retails for less than $400,
Really?
and I suspect that it's going to be a fantastic guitar. I suspect it is. So people that are looking to get into playing guitar and want some pretty goddamn good heavy duty stuff, want to get into a Martin, for example.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good guitar. So I mean, Taylor makes a good little guitar in the less than $500 range.
Yeah.
But I haven't played a Little Martin. I'm suspecting
Little Martin. What is the actual dimensions of the guitar smaller?
Yes, it's so my Martin that you've seen a couple of videos on now. Like A-Team actually played on my Taylor. It's the last time I played my Taylor before I sold it.
Oh. But it got put to good use again. I've already told you earlier on that your version of that song is fucking amazing. But continue.
Actually, my version's gotten better. I have to re-record that and upload it. But I posted "Feeling Good" and my Foo Fighters mashup.
That was real good as well, actually. Yeah.
Thank you. Those are on my Martin. So the Little Martin is going to be 3/4 the size of that guitar.
3/4 the size, as in like.
It's like 25% smaller.
Oh, because I was thinking like 75% smaller. I'm like,
No.
what do you be playing a ukulele, motherfucker?
Yeah, some people would mistake it for a ukulele.
Awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, look at any Ed Sheeran video. That's what he plays.
His guitars are real small. Actually, I did notice that about him. Like when I watched his videos, his guitar's tiny.
But the reason that I got into it, not because I'm a huge Ed Sheeran fanboy, but because I love my guitar, and that guitar is literally a scaled down version of my guitar, same materials, same construction, same everything. So I'm like, I love my guitar. I will probably love this guitar.
And also the fact that you're a grown ass man and fanboy doesn't apply to you.
No, it doesn't. Like
I hate that when people call me a fanboy of something. I'm like, okay, I'm not an old man, but I'm 21. I'm a grown man at this stage. I don't fanboy over anything. I become a supporter of something. I don't fanboy over it.
I love Jimi Hendrix. I love Stevie Ray Vaughan. I love all those guys. But I don't need to own the Fender Stratocaster.
Yeah.
When I actually play a Fender Strat, the scale length is longer than a Gibson Les Paul.
Yeah.
And it's tough for my fingers to hit. So a Les Paul fits my hands and plays better for me. So that's why I play Les Paul.
Alright, so I've got another question. I'm going to run to the toilet real quick. People watching this now, I'm going to be back in 2 seconds. You won't even notice it because I'm going to cut back right now. We are back. Sorry, when you talk for this long, you need to take a piss break every now and again. So
it happens. Yeah.
We are back. So I suppose now that we've talked about I think we've pretty much covered how you feel like the whole change has gone so far in your channel. For the most part.
It's good. Like some people like it, some people don't. That's cool. I have a couple of collaborations coming up that are gaming related. One of them is going to be absolutely huge.
Oh, really? That's cryptic but interesting.
It's interesting. It's going to be fucking huge.
Okay. Well, folks, look out for that. Because that leads me on to my next question then was, what's for the future? I know you don't obviously, if you've got plans for specific songs, I know you don't want to give the titles away, but...
I have a hard time because a lot of people request songs, and I want to do
me included.
Oh, yeah, I know you want Northwest Passage, the Nathan Rogers version.
I really do.
I'm going to try and figure that out. But, there's a ton of people who have requests. Some people think I sound like Jack Black when I sing, and they want me to
You do, actually? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just caught that. You actually do a little bit, yeah.
They want me to cover Tenacious D songs. I have... I've got... I'm working on right now Like a Stone by Audioslave.
Yeah.
Which is... most people didn't see it, unfortunately, but I did a collaboration with a guy. His gamer tag, I think, is Kevin Kulaks. And he's a great guitar player. So we collaborated on playing Lightning Crashes by Live. went on his channel, and he bought a whammy pedal, wanted to do some audio slaves, so I'm going to try and retrack my vocals for that tomorrow or Sunday, sometime this weekend. And I'm working on a collaboration project with a guitar player from Montreal, Canada. He's in a band, and he was actually a subscriber of mine. He followed me for the gaming. And once I switched to music, he kind of said, "Hey, cool, man. I'm into music. I'm in a band. Check out my band." So I did, and they have this one song that is really, really great. They have all their songs are great, but he said, if you ever want to collaborate on a cover or something like that, let me know. I said, well, what would be a great idea to me would be to take this one particular song of his band's that speaks to me, and let's cover your band's song. So I'm working on that. I've got the lead guitars, the main rhythm guitar is tracked. I tracked the vocals. I'm going to redo the vocals. I didn't like them. And I'm going to redo the backup guitar. And then I'm going to send it to him to add electric guitars, mandolin, whatever he wants to do. It's his band song. So I'm
But it's
working...
sticking true to your kind of ethos of, I'm not going to do a song unless I feel it. Like this song, it's like, even though he's like a subscriber of yours, you listen to the song and it meant a lot to you.
Loved it. Loved that song. Yep. So, but what I will do, once I have a couple of projects on the go, and I worked with Peter from Amsterdam. We did Karma Police. Yeah. He's a fantastic piano player. So we're going to work on writing an original jazz blues number together, and we're going to post that. But I mean, when you're doing music, if you just like look up the tabs on Ultimate Guitar and strum along and sing and cover the song, then you can crank out tunes very fast. Yeah. But I like to take every song and I like to own it. You know what I mean?
Make it your own or something, yeah.
Make it my own.
Which is your big problem with doing my request. Like, you don't see how you could make that your own version.
I don't love that version of the song. When I love Northwest Passage. I did my own version of it. Yeah. 4-part a cappella, because that's how I feel that song. Yeah. But I can't perform that live, right?
It's physically impossible. There isn't.
It's physically impossible.
There's no 4 Duke Collins. Like.
Exactly. I can bring in some friends and we can do it. But what I've tried to do with the covers recently is me singing and playing in one take. And why I'm doing that is because I want to have a repertoire of songs recorded on YouTube that when I call around to venues to try and book a gig, they've not seen me play before, but, well, here, check out my YouTube channel.
Like a portfolio kind of thing.
Exactly. So I'm trying to build my portfolio. Yeah. There's one song that, we'll give out a spoiler alert that I'm definitely going to do sooner than later. I think it was last weekend. A friend of mine introduced me to Chris Cornell singing Billie Jean by Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And I'm so doing a version of that.
I've not heard it, but I'll make sure to look it up afterwards.
Oh, check out, have you ever heard Billie Jean by Michael Jackson?
Obviously, of course. Anyone that's played GTA San or GTA Vice City has heard that song. At the very least, if for some reason, for some bizarre reason,
anyone's been alive in the last 20 years.
Yeah, you've heard that song, and even if you haven't, if you've played Vice City, you've heard it.
Anyway, look up Chris Cornell, who's the singer from Soundgarden, and a very inspirational singer. I can't. So one thing that I learned trying to cover this Audio Slave song with Kevin is that I can't sing like Chris Cornell. As much as I wish I could, I can't. So I have to adapt. And we'll see how that actual Audio Slave cover turns out. There's going to be some sketchy moments vocally. He's done a fantastic job on guitar. But I heard this Chris Cornell version of Billie Jean, and I'm like, I got to do that. I can't do it in his key. I'm going to transpose it. I'm going to make up my own. But God damn, that is good. So good.
If you're so enthusiastic about it, like, I know your taste in music, it's obviously very good. If you're so enthusiastic about this, I know that I have to hear it as soon as possible.
So I actually have about 4 projects on the go right now.
Mm.
And then after that, I'm going to probably post a video to say, listen, all you guys have made requests, and I want to do them all, but there's been like 50 requests. I can't do them all.
Right.
So I'll get people to like vote on them and stuff. Like, you know, put them down in the comments. You vote, and even if I don't feel it or love it, if you guys feel it and love it, you're all my friends and subscribers, I will find a way to make that song my own. So
yeah. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else? We covered your your transition. We covered future projects. We've covered lots of shit. I'm trying to think, is there anything missing before I put you on the spot? I've got a way of putting you on the spot that you probably weren't expecting. But I'm trying to think if there's anything that I'm missing. Just to put it to bed once and for all, I know you've said it repeatedly in the 2 interviews that we've done, kind of thing. Not even an interview. This one was more just a chat. You've put it completely to bed. Your channel is no longer anything remotely gaming-wise. It's all music from now on. So if you're not into music, basically leave. Like, in the most polite sense of the term.
yeah, like I still have friends that are into gaming, and I still play video games. And I will play video games with my friends. But the focus of my channel is going to be music. So unless something really crazy and existential happens, I'm not going to be doing gaming on my channel.
So there you go. That's it. Wrapped up once and for all. DCRU Colin is no longer a gaming channel. He's a music channel. And you should all be very excited about the clear aspirations that he has for his channel. You've got clear, like, solid plans for some really amazing
life
stuff.
and 2 kids, there's just not time to focus on 2 things.
Yeah.
With my channel. I can still play video games to let off steam and stuff, but not going to make the videos and dilute the waters, if you will. It's going to be...
By let off steam, you mean play some TDM on canals and scream at people using the M16.
Yeah, I go in with a shotgun. And just run right up the middle and kill everything that moves.
Alright, so okay, so here's I've officially run out of questions since, again, you've sprung this on me. I didn't have time to prepare questions, so I'm gonna spring you a little bit, put you on the spot. Did I not ask you, when we had this chat, I asked you for some kind of live rendition of Trolls?
Mm-hmm.
Can you do that for me? Even if it's just like the chorus or just a little bit? What you remember, even if it's just the chorus, can you spring us on a little bit? Like, I realize I'm putting you on the spot, but I'm doing it on purpose because you sprung this hit record, no questions planned. You sprung that on me. I'm springing this on you.
All right. Well,
you may be a little alcoholic, a little alcohol in your system at this stage, but I'm sure people will want to hear this. And I personally am desperate to hear this live. What you remember, even if it's not the whole thing, if you can just remember the chorus and play a bit of that, if that's all you remember, give it to us.
Alright, we're gonna tune up first.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, while he's tuning up, I'll introduce you. While he's tuning up, this is DCRU Colin. If you've ever heard Trolls, a love song, very, very popular video by DCRU Colin. Basically, he sings about people in the Battlefield community being dickheads and trolls and leaving hateful comments, and just basically not appreciating the effort that he put in. He came up with this exceptional song. The lyrics are hilarious. The actual musical composition, the guitar playing, is exquisite. I actually went to the effort of learning it myself. And hopefully, Colin, in his inebriated state, is going to remember the lyrics and play a little bit for us now. Give it the full beans, man.
You know what? I'm gonna fuck this up. So
nobody cares. People just want to hear it.
I'm drunk. So what I'm gonna promise to you is that I'm gonna come back on your channel at a later date, and I'm gonna perform this live, sort of flawlessly. But we're gonna sing Battlefield Trolls What makes your world go? Fuck it.
Come on. I'll help you, right? Come on. Battlefield Trolls.
See, I don't even remember the chords. I wrote it so long ago.
I'll help you. I'll sing along, man. I've no shame. I can't sing, but I'll sing along.
Battlefield Trolls. What makes your world go round? Such an asshole, bringing other people down.
Come on. You know it. Yes, I'm being ironic. Okay, well that's as good as we can do for now.
Oh yeah.
He said it himself. You're going to come back at some stage and give me.
Yes, I'm going to give you a good, solid, flawless live performance of that tune. I'm not your musician that can perform while I'm drunk. I can't. I can't.
I can assume it's that thing with alcohol. Like you have a little bit, you get in the fucking zone. Like
one or two,
do anything. Like 1 or 2 beers, you get in the zone. You can headshot people for days in games, or you can play guitar flawlessly. As soon as you head over that limit.
Same as playing.
Might well be 2 years old. Like it's.
I have a couple of beer while I'm playing golf. Boom, I'm in the zone, and then I'll have that one drink, and then I'll hit this banana slice. I'm like, yep.
My dad's that way with darts. Actually. My dad cannot, when he's sober, he plays darts and he's alright, you can kind of hit things. He has a certain amount of beer and he goes in the zone and you cannot beat him. No matter how many times you step up against him on the board, you cannot beat my dad at darts once he's had this certain amount. And then he goes over and he's had a few more beers and he just turns to shit and you hammer him every single time. It's just that weird thing with alcohol. Once you get in the zone, you become extremely talented at everything. And then once you pass that limit,
And I passed that limit before we even started talking tonight, so.
For what it's worth, it's 20 to 7 in the morning here. So, I've stayed up a long time. For those of you who don't know, Colin actually just rang me up to give me some advice on some shit that I'm going through on my channel now. And the call has lasted this long. What you're hearing is, probably only about a half to 3/4 of the full call. But
half to 3/4.
Something like that, yeah. It's something in around that. We talked for a bit, and then you eventually was like, just record that shit. We'll do that. We'll start talking. I'm like, okay, but So yeah, we've been on the line for 2.5 hours. So yeah, at least half of it has not been recorded. It's somewhere in around that. I don't know, but that's all irrelevant. The whole point is, I'm delighted to be talking to Colin again. We haven't actually spoken since the first interview. I know, I've
chat on Twitter and stuff like that.
Yeah. But we haven't actually got time again. Colin, I realise you're a busy man with a wife and fucking kids and stuff like that, so I understand completely. But it's just been great to chat to you again. Happy that you're completely willing to hit record and go on my channel again. And again, you owe me a live performance of Trolls.
Yes, I do.
Forget it.
And I'll do it.
Awesome. Alright, so folks, there you go. There's DCRU Colin's interview chat on his, how his channel's doing nowadays with the music kind of side of things. Make sure, if you're not subscribed to him, make sure you do now. Check out his music videos. They're incredible. Even if you're only a fan of, pop music, check out the A-Team. If you're a fan of obscure, random, really good, intricate guitar pieces and stuff like that, he's done that. The Foo Fighters. What was that? It was not what you call it? Not a collage.
Mashup.
A mashup. Yeah, he done 2 Foo Fighters songs, Everlast and
Everlong and Times Like These. Yeah.
And Times Like These. He did mash up that. It was very, very good. So make sure you go check him out. If you've never heard of him for some reason, if you're a Forza 4 subscriber of mine and you don't know who DCRU Colin is, check his channel out. DCRU Colin on YouTube. Check him out. Again, Colin, thank you again for coming on and shooting the shit basically for an hour or so.
Anytime, man.
Hugely appreciate
it. Take care.
So again, if you enjoyed the video, please do leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.